Hello and welcome to the Sports in a YouTube channel. Me and Carl back again, and we have a title race on our hands, Carl.
It's quite open, to be fair, isn't it? It's an interesting one. It's better than just seeing Man City run away with it.
Uh, so on that point, yes, absolutely. So me being a Liverpool fan, biased and that, I'm just a little bit not pissed off. Do you know what? I can't say I'm pissed off because we did all right today. To say we were playing with 10 men for pretty much most of the game to come back twice. I was all right, but. Team that are scaring me, and I know you're calling it, it's Chelsea.
They haven't had a blip. They haven't had many major injuries. If Cole Palmer gets injured, that's them done. Um, I just think that they would. I'm not saying they'll fall away, but they won't.
I
They
think they
can.
will.
They won't keep this up. That's for sure.
I think the lack of experience in that team will prove itself in the final stretches. Because we're going to get through in Europe, and a big question for Chelsea is can they continue playing their B team, if you like, in Europe? When they get through to latter stages.
But I think they can because that tournament, there's nobody in it. It's dreadful.
I'll be honest, I've not paid any attention to it.
You don't know anyone.
No.
Anyone. So like they can quite easily keep going with the second string team and that.
Yeah.
But I do think that they will. I think they'll be. I think they'll be third. I originally tipped them fourth. I can see them being third.
We'll have to have a look at his predictions when we come back after Christmas in New Year to see how we're getting
So
on. Yeah,
do a mid-season review.
yeah, definitely. Um, Big talking point though, and it's on everyone's lips, and it has been for the last probably what month or so, maybe a couple of months. I can't believe how much City of the demise of them.
Mental, innit?
And
They,
listen,
they
I'm
actually look like old men now, don't they?
I'm here for it as well. I'm
Well,
proper here for it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like watching. I like watching the best teams. I think I've said it before. I liked
Yeah,
watching United when they were winning all the time. I liked watching Chelsea when they had the takeover with Abramovich. I liked it with City because you're watching the best players. Because my team's never been competing with him. I'm not saying I support them teams, but I like watching them. So as much as City win all the time, I would always watch City because they're good to watch. Whereas now it's like they're not good to watch at all. They keep the ball, but they're so slow.
I
They
don't know
don't
though,
really,
because sorry, just on that, when you're saying they're good to watch, they've almost been too good the last few years. Whereas like they almost got this boring tag, didn't they? Well, they
yeah,
did get this boring tag.
yeah. Well, I think over the last maybe two, excluding this year, for the last two seasons, the team to watch has been Liverpool. They've been the more exciting team to watch.
Yeah,
Um, but you just know that there'll be a De Bruyne, a Foden masterclass, and it's just awesome to watch. But whereas now, the boring as hell. They're really boring. They're so slow and they don't really do anything. They just pass side to side, side. Boring.
I've heard I've heard something today. Well, a couple of things today. Obviously, one, Foden's not scored a Premier League goal this season,
Yeah.
and the second one, which absolutely blew me away, was I'm sure that Jack Grealish hasn't scored in a year.
This calendar year, yeah, I don't think he has.
Mental.
Yeah, but he's I mean, I'm not a fan anyway. I haven't been a fan. I think he's had one good year at City. Um, and since then, I think he's been average at best. Certainly not living up to his price tag, which I know is not his fault, but
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a tough one that, and it with the price tags and everything.
it wouldn't surprise me if he goes in summer. Wouldn't surprise me because I think there's going to be wholesale changes. I think there's got to be, and he could be one where they could pull in a bit of money for him to be able to spend.
Everyone's banging on about like, oh, they need to spend in January, they need to spend in January, but January's window's kind of fallen off lately. I know over the last 5 years, so you don't really get many big moves anymore.
No, no, you don't get any decent. There's no decent players.
No, and the thing is though, you're buying in January, you're paying a premium because teams know not that you're desperate, but
They're needed,
yeah, you really want them, and I suppose you are
people,
borderline desperate, really, to be fair.
Well, people know City are desperate for a couple of centre midfielders, so the price is going to be exaggerated.
You know what I find mad as well watching him? Listen, this isn't me kind of slagging him off or anything, but how irrelevant Erling Haaland is to a game if he hasn't got service.
Well, I don't think he's ever really got involved with the game ever. He's never really like in the middle of anything. There's been talks over the last couple of years where he's only had like 7, 8, 9, 10 touches per game, but yet scored three.
But that's what I mean. I think because he's always on the score sheet, it gets slightly overlooked because
Yeah,
his name's always there. He's always one of the headline acts. Whereas now, because they're really struggling, they're not providing for him. They're not creating many chances. It's it's like playing with 10 men.
yeah. Well, you could probably say it's like playing with 8 men because the wingers don't really do much either.
No, it'd be interesting what Pep does. To be fair, because he's never been in this position really, has he?
He's never had to build a team or rebuild a team, has he? He's always walked into a team where it's sort of built for him and he's just tweaked it here and there,
I
whereas
mean,
this is a
I don't
complete
know
rebuild.
how long's he been at City now? Is about 8 years,
9 years,
9 years, is it? So obviously he's obviously done a couple of teams there, but I mean I'm coming from the point that a struggling team.
Yeah, he's never been there.
He's never been there. He's never done it, so it'd be a massive test. And he looks lost. I almost want to say I feel sorry for him, but I, don't, I really don't.
Mhm. He does look beaten, doesn't
Yeah, yeah. He looks just kind of like void of ideas, and it's just like I know he's taking heat off the players anyway, saying like all the managers do. It's on me. I've got to find solutions. Yada yada yada. But
typical media trained bullshit comment that
it's
nobody wants to listen to. Just stop. I'm sick of listening to interviews nowadays. It's just so boring. It's all the same shit.
not like Gary O'Neill who basically chucked all his players under the bus before he got sacked.
Didn't he? Didn't he just? But but you don't mind them. I don't mind them interviews because at least it's true.
Yeah, I thought
I
that
feel
were
I
quite
feel
funny.
for him because I like Gary O'Neill. I like him as a manager. Not that I want him at my club, but I do like him. I just like his aura, and he's definitely like a mid club manager.
I've got a soft spot for him because I think he were in academy at Liverpool. I think he worked with Gerrard. I could be corrected. Yeah, I think he worked with Gerrard in some unders. So I've got a bit of a soft spot for him. But he's yeah, it's going to be interesting who goes down. Because there's some teams down there like Ipswich clawing away out a little bit.
I think it's between four of them in it. The three that came up and Wolves for me.
Well, Palace got a good result in the tough
Yeah,
head.
Palace will be fine. They've got enough firepower. To be fair,
You reckon?
yeah, they've got goals in them.
What do you reckon, Russell Martin walking down the tunnel like before half time had even been blown?
That's been seen before though, hasn't it, by other managers.
Yeah.
Mourinho's done it a few times. Pep's done it a couple of times. I don't read anything into that at all.
No,
No, why do you?
I don't know. I mean, I suppose you could just see it from me. We're probably going into kind of get because they were getting dicked, weren't they? Like,
Well, it was won it 5-0 at half time.
yeah. Again, though, we talked about it last year, didn't we? About fucking Burnley just being, company being stubborn, and he were exactly the same. And I know that he switched it up a little bit with some games. He played a bit long, but some goals they give away, like they should have beat us, really, Liverpool, and they basically give us 3 goals.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Everybody, the whole football fraternity has been saying to him, "Look, you need to change your ways. You know, maybe keep bits of your principles, but you need to be able to switch it up."
Mm.
And he's just that arrogant. He's not bothered.
Well,
More fool you, mate. You've just lost your job.
yeah, exactly. Trying to think before we wrap it up, what managers are like out there?
Well, there's
Because
something going on with Graham Potter in them. I don't know what the hell's going on with him.
what is he waiting for?
Is he thinking he's better than what he is and he's waiting for a big club?
I don't know. He's mad in it.
Because he'd be perfect for West Ham for me.
Yeah, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And this is no disrespect to Wolves or Southampton, but I think he's a better caliber of manager than those clubs.
Yeah,
So I
he's
can't.
West Ham. He's West Ham for me.
Mm.
He's taking. I think for me, you got to take over Lopetegui when he goes in the next couple of weeks. Mhm.
Yeah, I can't see him going there to be honest.
What's who's the get that Cooper? I can see Cooper at Southampton or someone like that.
Steve Cooper, yeah, just from Leicester.
Dreadful. Really, really poor manager. Him. He's weird, weird manager.
He just looks weird.
He looks weird. He talks weird. He talks shit, and you just think, he does not inspire me.
He
Would
wouldn't
he
inspire
inspire
me.
you? Like
No.
if you're going to sign, you're going to sign for a club, and he's your manager, you'd be like, nah.
He's talking to you, trying to like, oh, come see us, come listen to my plans.
You're just like,
Like,
nah.
no, mate. He looks half baked.
He don't look right, does he? Good
He
old.
don't- No, it'll be interesting though, because they're going to need a manager in both of them pretty quick.
Well, like Wolves got, brought some Portuguese guy in from Al Shabab,
Shock.
another Portuguese.
Fucking shock.
Crazy, isn't it?
Honestly, fucking mental, mate, mental.
Never heard of him though.
No, well, no, me neither.
But I
I
didn't.
think
I'd not really heard of Amarim though either. To be fair, either.
I think Southampton could test Derby for lowest points ever this season.
Was it 9 or 11? Is it?
I think more than it might be 11, but they're not.
Well,
They're
they're on 5.
five, I think. Nearly at Christmas on 5 points.
They've won one game though. That's as well. That's what makes it funny. They've won one and drawn two in what is it, 16, 15 games. It's bad that.
Really bad. Really, really bad.
Oh,
Right, we shall see. Right, so nice one, pal. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, give us a thumbs up if you liked the video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Catch you later.